A 5D anything is going to be a person who has integration of the brain and restorative embodied self. This is a human being who's a functional adult. They do know how to do differentiation of the self, and so they do not have codependent relationships. They do not try to change people. They do not try to take care of people. They, in fact, are quite enamored every day with life. This is an integrated brain, a functional adult, a person who understands that every day the unknown can take place and emotionally are mature. The emotional part is important because anyone with unresolved trauma will have safety behaviors, safety responses, which are trauma responses, and this takes place like the movies. The word unresolved trauma is new to people that don't learn anything about trauma-informed, and it's really new past couple decades. Our lovely experts have been sharing, and people don't believe in the charge, and there's a lot of things, but we're not going to do that part right now. What we're going to do is talk about why, for a 5D mystic, twin flames, oversoul, it's a completely different story. So, the love button people are the people who have moved into wholeness as a person. This is, you know how to handle your emotions, all of them. It means you don't have a window of tolerance where you get anxiety to be around people, or you get anxious because you can pick up on nervous systems of others. It means you actually have a window of welcome, and when your window is a little bit of tolerance, and I do this because, see, have panic attacks. I definitely am a person who picks up on nervous systems. I'm a mystic for a reason. I use the word. And I know that there's probably a better neuroscience word for it in the first place, but, or even psych, or, you know, the people who know more in the science realm, but I'm okay with being in the middle realm. So it's okay because it's fun. And we stay grounded, meaning I'm a person, that's all it is. And my brain is a conduit like yours is, and integration of the brain is accessible to a person who does the work with themselves. And that means with your emotional plane. So again, your emotional plane involves the embodied brain. Your nervous system is not going to not be involved because you can't be in ventral vagal if you don't enact it in your own body. So I don't want to, again, do psychoeducation because I'm trying to say why for a 5D mystic, enlightenment soul age group, the beginning of our ascension, you don't look back and be like, oh my gosh, I went through post-traumatic anything. No. That's for people who do a journey with a good therapist, and that's great. I love to see people who choose their self, who have been brought out of, I have no shame, and I will have respect for anyone who has some insulting word to say to me. An adult knows how to handle another human being, emotionally speaking. This is what functional adult means. It's not about your age. I'm 43. I was a functional adult as a kid, meaning I learned all on my own. Why? Because I chose that I would not speak to another human being in a way I would not want to be spoken to, that I would not manipulate words in a way that I wouldn't want somebody else, because I maintained a level of consistency with who am I going to be as a person. Am I going to look at myself in the mirror and know that I did do what I feel and thought and could, and I know how to say I'm sorry too. So when people get sensitive, so we have a lot of different functional adults who handle the adaptive child when they weaponize. And I laugh because there ain't no weaponizing. If you are a lion who sees, it's because you're like, I know your nervous system's doing shit, but I don't know what it is. I just feel bad for you. Whatever you're doing, it's not going to last long because I'm out. In Italian, we have this, I'm gone, I'm leaving. I won't even let you know that I know what you're doing because I don't want to waste time with somebody who doesn't know how to handle their emotions in a grown-up way. And this is where, as a teenager, in fact, I was like a lot more like, out. Then I got to be more compassionate because I learned of human suffering through psychology. I was like, okay, now I'm starting to see why people are so inconsistently and immaturely doing things that have no sense, are not nice. And as for the world, it had nothing to do with the entity called God, because that was pretty straightforward too, and still is. Free will. You get to choose and I get to choose. But what was not clear, and what finally, thank goodness for the trauma experts, unresolved trauma. And all the movies that are of adaptive children and this drama thing that I don't even know if it'll ever move away, because this is that part. Not everybody wants to move into the Enlightenment Soul Age group. And I say wants because it's a journey that you choose. When you get to the point of potentially being a martyr or superior, the people want to change things or think they can, or when you instead maybe think you're to blame, you're to fault. So all of these are insecure. These are low self-esteem and low emotional intelligence of a person who doesn't look and say, I'm not the only human around. I'm a person out of 8 billion people, and in my family, I'm going to have things I don't like. I like this is the part, it's staying grounded. 5D mystics stay grounded. So clairs don't change that. In fact, whenever anyone has talked about, well, some of us are special. No, we're all special. Like, seriously, how do you even not recognize that by thinking, well, some of us are, and feeling it? And you can always look in the eye of a person when they're saying it in a way of like, but I want to feel special. And you feel bad at that point because you realize they actually don't know they're special. And you feel bad. Who? A 5D mystic feels bad because like, you are special. What are you talking about? But here's where that defectiveness, shame, heartbreak, the inside the heart is theirs, not mine. And it's in their right brain that it comes up, or that brain 7 right. So there's a communication that happens within the body. The person ignores the longing, the solitude, the feeling of inadequacy because they think, oh, it's just a normal, yes, it is a normal feeling, but that's that nervous system. That's your energy body. That's the moment you're being given by life, the opportunity, which is why I talk about the human elements. The spiritual and spirituality come along, but the human elements, I'm the translator. So you aligning your body into this Purusha Prakriti is unconsciously loving yourself. It means dissolving the shame. And some people, they need a good therapist because dysregulated and modulated embodied experiences they have had who knows what life, I don't even know, but all I know is it's very painful when trauma memory comes up. I don't have that trauma memory, so I won't ever understand tsunami with emotions, feeling torn apart inside and disgusted with oneself, or feeling that you're such a horrible person that you can't make it out. These are all sad things for a person who's 5D mystic, to think of people who can move out of their trauma now, thank goodness. And then we have what are, to me, pitchfork people. They might as well bring us back to the medieval ages because they still want to believe on the devil and evil and energy vampires and dark auras and all these meat. Where did the meat eaters thing come from? I'm still thinking of this person who has a podcast and I don't know how many followers. How do people actually, they really, living movies. This is what 4D does. So anyway, let me leave that one to the side. I just think I'm 43. I'm not the smartest kid on the block, but I definitely know the difference between reality and, like here, flat earthers, please use your brains to help the environment. I mean, you're smart, you're geniuses. Why are you doing flat earth? Seriously, I laugh. I don't feel disappointed. I feel like, why would you use your intellect, which is so brilliant, to try and disprove something? What's your end goal? What's the point? Is you wanted to create a group? I don't even know. This is the part, like, for my brain, it's incomprehensible that people who went to school or who did certain things would come together to disprove something like that. Like, really? Why don't you build a rocket ship and go to, I don't know, the science space thing? So anyways, I'm being silly now. But the point is, with the whole oversoul, 4D are adaptive children who have codependent type reactions to each other. They want to change each other. They want to take care of each other. And this is the part of where it's I want to be seen. I want to be soothed. I want to be safe. I want to be secure. So there's an enactment of something that is our attachment system. And that's why it's really not that big of a deal. And the relationship coaches are all going to help these people to figure it out. But for the 5D mystics, our journey of love is a dance of the tango. So whenever somebody begins to basically make us aware they're not tangoing, we're going to be like, okay, I'm going to want to go look for another dance partner because I don't like to wrestle. That's not what love is. Love is my ventral vagal state. It means I can be goofy and loving and happy, talk about mysticism, talk about pseudoscience, talk about everything, and you're not going to treat me like I'm stupid. You're not going to disrespect me. You better not, do anything that's too much, because otherwise I'm going to be like, yeah, no, I don't, and I'm not going to do the gesture. But if it gets really bad, quote unquote, which usually, again, if you're paying attention to your inner well-being and your outer well-being, you're going to be like, no. Ventral vagal, no person likes it ever, because Zen Masters know is an actual, I ain't kidding around. This is unacceptable. Do something about it, or just don't bother doing anything about it, but don't come near me. Tango is fun. The wrestling match is for the other people, not the 5D mystics and twin flames. It's a beautiful journey for us, not a shit show, which is what they're making it out to be. So if you are interested, paid subscribers, come on over. Have a great day.